Shalom, brothers and sisters. Grace and peace be unto you from Yahuwah the Father and Yahusha the Messiah, his Son. This is Brother David coming to you to bring you Gog and Magog, the final conflict, and this is part 3. Now, we've come from a controversial part 1 and 2. Anytime you speak about race, it is controversial. Now, I've struggled with this for a long time, brothers and sisters. It's so extraordinary that when you look at it, you say, is this some kind of conspiracy theory, or is this event not true? Well, it is true because of one thing. The DNA evidence has proven that the Bible was 100% accurate again. DNA evidence, archaeological evidence, all of these things prove that the Bible is 100% correct. The Bible spoke about these things before the Europeans got any knowledge of the heavens and of the earth. It told you the events that would happen. I had to convince myself first before I could put this thing out. I had to go through a process. I had to create a case. I want you to hear my case, and please bear with me. It is the most important case you're ever going to hear. When I took this DNA evidence, I went to the scriptures. I started from the beginning with Adam and Eve. When Adam and Eve sinned, the Father cursed Adam, Eve, and the serpent. After he cursed them, he gave a prophetic word. He said that there would be 2 seeds upon the earth, the seed of the woman and the seed of the serpent. Right away, he's already given us what was going to go down. How did we miss that? Why were we sleeping? Christianity had us in such a strong delusion believing these lies, we never looked. Adam and Eve had sons, Cain and Abel. You should know these stories. Cain slew Abel. The Father came down from heaven because Abel's blood cried out from the ground. He cursed Cain, and he told him, you have to leave from the presence of me and your family and go into another land. Cain pleaded with the Father. He said, Father, those people out there, when they see me, they will slay me. So the Father put a mark upon him. It's called the mark of Cain, so that no one would touch him. What mark do you think that was? White skin. Why do you say that, Brother David? Where is your evidence? Well, when you go to the book of Enoch and Lamech, Noah's father, he described what the seed of the fallen angels looked like exactly. He said their skin was white as snow, red as a rose. Their eyes were glorious, blue eyes, green eyes, gray eyes. And their hair was white and long, white and stringy, or blonde and stringy. Hold it one second. Did you guys catch it? When Cain went outside away from his family, and he said, those people who are there, if they see me, they will kill me. Where did they come from? The Father only created Adam and Eve and their seed that came after them. Here you have another group of people on the earth that was in opposition against Adam and Eve and their seed. That's why I say he had white skin, was the mark of Cain. What about Noah? In Genesis chapter 6, the Bible also describes The angels came down from heaven, saw the daughters of men, saw that they were beautiful black women, and they took, let me say it again, they took all wives of which they chose and brought forth their seed upon the earth. And the Bible tells you that there was a corruption, a mutation. They were big. There were giants in the land, the Nephilim, and their skin turned white from this mutation, brothers and sisters. The Bible also tells you that the earth was full of wickedness. They were eating people. They were having sex with all kinds of beasts. They were killing all over the planet in mass numbers. The Father came down from heaven and said, I must destroy the earth, but first I must rescue the pure bloodline, that remnant that comes from the seed of Adam. Who was that? It was Noah and his family. The Bible says that Noah was perfect in his generations. Do you know what that means, brothers and sisters? The Bible was speaking about DNA. He could trace his roots all the way back to Adam with no interruption. When Noah came out of the ark after the Father destroyed the earth, you had Ham, Shem, Japheth. Ham went towards Africa, Shem went towards the east, and Japheth, he went towards the north into Europe. And his name really is not Japheth, it's Japheth. When Japheth went towards the north, he encountered a species, it was called what? Neanderthal and Denisovan. That's their modern day name for them. Hold it one second. Here we go again. Where did these people come from? Where did these Neanderthals and Denisovans, where did this other seed and bloodline come from? The Father destroyed the earth with a flood. How did they survive? The Bible tells you that these demons, these angels, these fallen ones, that in Genesis chapter 6, that they were going to do this before the flood. And it says that they will also do it after the flood. So after the flood, they spread their seed again. And Japheth or Japheth mixed with them. A mutation came about. Let's go down to Joshua. When you go down to Joshua, you find out before they came into the promised land, they went to spy it out and they said there's giants in the land. They said we look like grasshoppers compared to them. The Father told them to go and wipe them out, kill them all, big and small, kill their dogs, cats, rats, cattle, everything, destroy everything, take nothing of their substance to yourself. When I was in Bible school, I said, why would the Father be so cruel? He is a loving God. How can he be so cruel to wipe a species off the face of the earth? Well, he is a loving Yah. Why do I say that? Because he was protecting his children. Come on, brothers and sisters, are you starting to see the case that I had to build in my own mind just to convince myself? It's all here. It's all present. The Bible reveals everything. The Messiah. Listen to this. The Messiah gave us a prophetic word. He said, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be when the Son of Man returns. In the days of Noah, the fallen angels had spread their seed all over the world. They were ruling. There was wickedness everywhere. They were eating people, killing, murdering, raping, stealing. Now, the Messiah says it's going to be the same way before he returns. I want you to think about it. Who has been raping, robbing, stealing, murdering for over 2,000 years? Who is ruling the planet right now in wickedness, pornography, debt, prescription drugs? The water is tainted. The food is not real. It's genetically modified. The air is full of pollution. The earth is mourning because of these wicked people that are in the forefront that is ruling. And I tell you the truth, brothers and sisters, they are the seed, the bloodline of the fallen one. Do you see that this was all about race? We did not get it. Do you remember in the reports from Dr. David Reich and all of the different people who did these studies on this strain, this Neanderthal genome? They said that there were two types of humans. The modern human, those are the hybrids, the white folks, and anyone else with white skin. And you have the ancient humans, the black people, the ones that are melanated, the ones from sub-Saharan Africa. They said the ones from sub-Saharan Africa have no DNA of Neanderthals in them. That tells you something, doesn't it? It also tells you this. If the ancient humans are the seed of Adam, and they are black with afros, and the Father said he created man in his image, what do you think Adam looked like? He was melanated. He was not a European. They fed us these images for a long time. He was a black man. He looked just like his father. What about our Messiah? A black man. He was from the tribe of Judah, the same bloodline, with an afro. This is why when he returns, they're going to make war with him. They said, we're not going to serve that nigger coming in the clouds. Come on, brothers and sisters, wake up. This is truth. Now, we can't take our stuff back from them. We can't take our land back from them, but we can take our heritage back from them. Turn back to Yahuwah. Have the testimony of our Messiah. Keep his commandments and live. I rest my case. Let's see now why they decided that they're going to, after 1,000 years of us living in peace and ruling the world, why did they decide, why did they get an evil thought? Why did they decide to come back to take a spoil and to take a prey? Let's check it out. Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 10. Thus saith Yahuwah, the Mighty One, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. Remember, Satan is loose from the bottomless pit after 1,000 years to tempt the nations. He's going to place this evil thought in their mind. What is the evil thought? Verse 12. To take a spoil and to take a prey, to take our stuff and to take slaves, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited. Before we returned to the land, it was desolate. Now it's inhabited. So you know he's not talking about that Jerusalem place that's over there now, where all of the tourists goes. No. And upon the people that are gathered out of the nations. Who's been gathered out of the nations? if you've seen the rapture video, you know who they are. You should see that coupled with this. It's going to make a lot of sense. Which have gotten cattle and goods that dwell in the midst of the land. Now, where did they get the cattle and the goods from? Verse 7 of Isaiah chapter 60. All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. The rams of Nebaioth shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with acceptance on mine altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. The house of his glory is Israel. So all of the flocks of Kedar will be gathered unto us. Look at this. Verse 10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls. Remember, we're inhabiting the desolate places. And the sons of the strangers are going to have to build our walls. The way we served them, now they're going to have to serve us. And their king shall minister unto thee. So the people who shall minister unto us are their kings. This is what the Father has in store for you. Stop trying to be like these Americans. Learn the ways of the kingdom so that you can make it in. Because in his wrath, he said, I smote thee. He smote us because we refused to keep his commandments. But in my favor, he said, have I had mercy on thee. Do you know mercy presupposes guilt? And the only person who you can give mercy to is someone who is guilty. In the New Testament, they use the word grace. Grace should not be there. Grace has supplanted the word mercy. The word grace means unmerited favor of the mighty one. But mercy would make more sense. It shows you that the person who is receiving this favor of the mighty one is guilty of a crime, and the Father, with his great love for his people, showed mercy upon us. Verse 11. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. Remember that statement. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. So the forces of the Gentiles are their wealth. Remember, he said, the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the just. Everything that they've acquired for all of these years that they've been ruling is just stored up for us when we come back into the kingdom. The Father has a great salvation plan for us. Don't turn it down so that you can be a Christian. You will not make it. Then it tells you that their kings are going to be brought. Watch what their kings are going to have to do when they come. Verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. They're going to have to serve us. And if they refuse, they shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. So it's telling you that somebody's going to be destroyed, right? We know someone's going to be destroyed. Could it be America? Could it be that they can turn from their white supremacist views and not view us as niggers anymore, monkeys, coons, all of the things that they've called us? I don't think they're going to make it. I don't see them serving us. Verse 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. Let me stop here for a second. The ancestors of the ones who afflicted us, and they are many, they're going to have to come bowing down, bending the knee unto us. This is a great salvation, brothers and sisters. This is vindication. And all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. That's everybody. Everyone hates us and despises us. Don't let them fool you. Their children hate us. It's in their DNA to hate you. But look what the Father's going to do after he turns this thing around. They're going to have to come on bended knee. They're going to have to bow down to the soles of your feet. And they shall call thee the city of Yahuwah. They're not going to call you niggers and monkeys and coons and all of the derogatory terms that they have made up for us. They're going to have to state that we are the city. We are the temple of Yahuwah. His spirit is in us. The Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Did he say he's the Holy One of the church? He said he's the Holy One of Israel, brothers and sisters. Verse 15, whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated. Do you know who they're talking about? Who's been forsaken and hated? 400 years. So that no man went through you. No one even wanted to be affiliated with us. Even our own people. We wanted to change our hair. We bleached our skin. We put contacts in our eyes. Even our own people didn't want to go through us. You'll go to the white man before you'll go to your own brother. I will make thee an eternal excellency. Look at that. He's going to reverse all of that, brothers and sisters. A joy of many generations. Verse 16, thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles, and shall suck the breast of kings. They're going to have to turn their stuff over to us, brothers and sisters. This is why I'm showing you this, so that you can see the great things that the Father has prepared for us. And thou shalt know that I, Yahuwah, am thy Savior. Whose Savior is he? Israel. The Messiah in Matthew chapter 2, I believe it is, he said that he came to save his people from their sins. He was from the tribe of Judah. He was an Israelite. The only person he came to save were Israelites. Then he says, and thy Redeemer. The word redeem speaks of return. You cannot be redeemed if you did not belong to him in the first place. That counts out everyone outside of Israel. Redemption is only for Israel. And then he tells you that he's the mighty one of Jacob. Jacob is Israel. Before his name changed to Yazrael, it was Jacob. Verse 19, the sun shall be no more thy light by day. Pay very close attention to everything this says. Neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee, but Yahuwah, the master of the universe, shall be unto thee an everlasting light, and thy mighty one thy glory. Verse 20, thy sun shall no more go down, neither shall thy moon withdraw itself, for Yahuwah shall be thine everlasting light, and the days of thy mourning shall be ended. This is the end, brothers and sisters. This is when the Father and his Son comes to tabernacle, to dwell with his people. Now, I want to show you the exact same thing in the New Testament. Look at this. Revelation chapter 21, verse 22 to 24. Verse 22. And I saw no temple therein, for Yahuwah the mighty one and the Lamb are the temple of it. Look at 23. And the city had no more need of the sun. Didn't Isaiah just tell you that? Neither of the moon. Did Isaiah just say that? To shine in it. For the glory of the mighty one did lighten it. Did it not just say that? And the Lamb is the light thereof. Verse 24. And the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it. Here it goes again. The nations of it which are saved. It's not talking about Israel. It's talking about all of the nations on the outside. Now, what does it mean that the nations which are saved? Let me tell you exactly what that means. Everyone who bowed down, everyone who bended the knee, everyone who brought us their substance were saved from destruction. Not the salvation and the promise that came to Israel. They're just saved from destruction for that 1,000-year period. Look at what it says next. And the kings of the earth do bring their glory and honor into it. You see that? All of those who are saved so that they can bring all of their substance to us. Didn't Isaiah just tell us that? Didn't we just see it? The new is in the old contained, the old is in the new explained. This is the end, brothers and sisters. The scriptures is telling you exactly what's going to happen. Verse 25, and the gates of it shall not be shut at all by day. Didn't it just tell you that? The gates are always going to be open. For there shall be no night there. That's 24/7. It's going to be open, brothers and sisters. Verse 26, and they, who's they? The nations, shall bring the glory and honor of the nations into it. All of their substance, their wealth is stored up for us. Verse 27, and there shall in no wise enter into it anything that defileth, neither whatsoever worketh abomination, or maketh a lie. Hey, law breakers, commandment breakers are not welcome, but they which are written in the Lamb's book of life. That's who's welcome. Verse 16 of Jeremiah chapter 12. Listen to this. And it shall come to pass. I'm showing you, brothers and sisters, what the Father has prepared for you. This is no joke. And it shall come to pass if they will diligently learn the ways of my people. Who is he talking about? He's talking about the heathen and all of those who are on the outside. They have to learn the ways of us, the children of Israel, to swear by my name, not to swear by Jesus, the Christ, or Allah, Buddha, Krishna, that Yahuwah liveth. Because they killed Yahuwah, in the scriptures they took his name out over 7,000 times. They murdered him. His name is non-existent. When you tell people about him, they think that you're talking about some voodoo stuff. As they taught my people to swear by Baal. We've been swearing by Baal all of these years. Who's Baal? Tammuz, Baal, and the modern day name is Jesus Krishna, or Jesus and the Christ. We were swearing by him. He was our God. Then shall they be built in the midst of my people. The only way that they're going to make it into the midst of us, to come and even bring their substance, they're going to have to learn our ways. They're going to have to swear by the name of our master. They're going to have to throw away their God, Jesus Christ. Verse 17, but if they will not obey, I will utterly pluck up and destroy that nation, saith Yahuwah. Do you think he's serious? Well, if you ask the Israelites, we know for a true fact he's serious. If he told us that we were going to go into captivity for 400 years because we refused to keep our commandments, and we did, and we suffered greatly, our ancestors were totally destroyed. You think he's making a joke here with the other nations that don't belong to him? Remember, the only ones that he chose is Israel. This is not a joke. Revelation chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, check it out, he says. Open up your eyes. I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, which say they are from the tribe of Judah, and they are not, but do lie. Behold, check it out. Open your eyes. I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. So you see the ones who have supplanted us, the ones who are over there today posing like they're us, he's going to save some of them for us. The remnant of Edom shall be saved. Why? Just for this purpose, so that they can come and worship and bow down before our feet, and that the whole world will know they are imposters. Hey, this is the greatest salvation ever. We could not even think of a salvation like this. Now, the people who are educated, the Europeans, they know this. You know, the Jews, they know this. They're trying to apply this to themselves. They cannot, but they do it anyway. Because the only way that this could apply to them is that they have to have a master, they have to have a Messiah, and they have to be brought into the promised land by their Messiah or our Messiah, and they reject our Messiah. They said he is a bastard, that his mother is a whore. They look at him as a dog. They have no salvation. He's going to make them come and bow down before us and kiss our feet. And all of those people who are in the church that believe that they should follow those people and believe that they are the true holy ones of Israel, they shall know that he has loved us, the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Wow. This is a great salvation. This is a great salvation. If we try to do this thing on our own, we're going to mess it up. But when he does it well. Not only is he going to vindicate us, he's going to save us and give us our land back. He's also going to have all of the nations come and bring all the wealth that has been stored up for us, for all of our labors, for all of these years. They're going to have to bring it into us. He's also going to make them serve us. They're going to build our walls, and they're going to have to come before us and bow down and kiss our feet. And they're going to have to proclaim that we are the city, the temple of Yahuwah, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. You got to be in it to win it. Turn back to Yahuwah. Keep his commandments and live. Continue to part 4.